One thing, when we want to open the door, what we do? We push the door like this. And when I want to close the door, what we have to do? I have to pull the door like this. It means what I am doing? I am moving the still object, means the still door I am moving by applying push and by pull. What I am doing? I am opening the door by pushing it. I am closing the door by pulling it. This pushing and pulling is nothing but it is force. So what pushing and pulling help us? Pushing and pulling, it helps us to move a body. It helps us to move a body object from one place to another. So what force is? It is a push or pull on a body in a particular direction is known as force. Now we talk about the direction. When I am opening the door, means I am pushing it. So direction of it is away from me. When I am opening the door, I am pushing the door. It means the direction is away from me. When I want to close the door, I want to close the door. What I am doing? I am pulling it. So direction it is towards me. So the direction of pushing and the direction of pulling is nothing. It is known as direction of force. You apply force in your daily life in a many way. By pushing, you can apply the force by pushing the things, by pulling the things. When we do pushing and pulling, the force is applied. Also, when we lift something, then also force is applied. When I just twist something, then also I do stretching, then also the force is applied. Pushing means to keep the things away from you, means opening the door, I am pushing the door. While closing the door, I am pulling it. Lifting means I am lifting a box from a ground like this. So what I am doing? I am moving that object by applying force. So while I am just twisting it, so what I am doing? I am applying force. I am stretching a rubber band. While stretching a rubber band, it is also nothing. It is also force. There are so many ways, there are so many conditions where we are using force. So what force is? Basically, force is a push or a pull on a body in a particular direction, that is known as force. We apply the force to move the bodies from its rest position. When the bodies are in rest position, when we kick the ball, when we kick the football, for example, football is at rest. While applying kick, you just kick it. What will happen? Means you are pushing it. When you push it, it starts moving. Okay? So, what force is? It is the pushing or pulling on a body in a particular direction. It is nothing but it is force. So now we will study about the different effects of. We cannot see the force. That how force is judged. Force is judged by the different activities or by the various effects of force that are being applied on our objects surrounded by us. So these are the main effects of force. This is a very, very important concept. The very first is, we will discuss it one by one. So the first effect of force is, force can move a stationary body. Stationary body means when a body is at rest. When any object is at rest, you can make it move. For example, a ball is lying on a ground. It is stationary, it is at rest. You came and you kick it. What will happen? The ball starts rolling. It means what you have applied, you kick it, you push it, and the body is in rest, that starts moving. It means what force is done? has moved a stationary body. Okay, so there are so many examples, like any example. When you lift a box lying on a ground. Box is lying on a ground, it is at rest position. When you lift it, it means you have changed, you have moved that object. Another examples you can think of football. When you play football initially football is at rest, and when you kick it means you apply force it. What it will make? It can move a stationary body. While bicycle, you ride a bicycle. Firstly, bicycle is at rest. What it will do? When you apply force, when you start paddling, then what will happen? The bicycle starts moving. It means what force has done? Force has moved a stationary body. Okay, so second effect of force is a force can stop a moving body. If it can move, it can also stop the moving body. I was talking about when you ride a bicycle. You are pedaling, you just pedal. Then what happened? When you apply brakes. What happened? When you apply brakes, initially the bicycle slows down and then it comes to rest. Similarly, if a ball is rolling on the ground and you catch it, or you just with your hand you hold it, then what will happen? That moving ball comes into rest position. It can stop a moving body. Means with the help of force we can also stop a moving body. So the next is a force can change the speed of a moving body. If a body is already moving, we can make it more fast, we can make it slow. Here speed doesn't mean that increasing it only. It means we can change the speed, means we may increase the speed or we may decrease the speed. We may increase the speed. For example, the example of bicycle only. I am telling you the bicycle. When you pedal more fast, what will happen? The speed, you will move fast, means speed is increasing. And when you start applying brakes, the speed of the bicycle is slow down. It means what force has done? I applied the brakes on it. What force has done? It has changed the speed of the moving body. Okay, so the fourth effect is a force can change the direction of a moving body. If a body is moving, we can also change the direction. How we can change the direction? For example, a ball is moving straight. Okay, one player has kicked the football and it is moving in a straight line. Another player comes and he kicks. What will happen? The direction of the ball changes. Because he kicks, he applies force, so the direction of ball has been changed. Similarly, when you ride a bicycle, you are going in a straight line. You are going on a straight path, you can say. Then, when you just rotate the handle, what will happen? Your direction will changes. Or while driving a car, if you just rotate the steering, then what will happen? The direction of the moving car also changes. So what force can do? It can also change the direction of a moving body. The next is, fifth is, the force can change the shape and size of the body. Means by applying force, we can change the shape of the body and we can also change the size of a body. How we can change the size of a body? If I am talking about the example of rubber band. When you stretch the rubber band, its shape will change. Initially it was like this. Initially it is like this, rubber band. And when you stretch it, its shape changes like this when you just press it. Okay, how it can change the shape of another example you can take while making chapatis. You made a dough. Right, the shape of the dough is another. You just have some piece of dough and roll it. You are rolling it means you are applying pressure on it. When you roll it, the shape of chapati is very much different for that dough. Okay, so for what force has done? Force has changed the shape of a body. So these are the main effects of force. That what are? That it can move a stationary body, means a body which is at rest can move by applying force. We can also stop a moving body by applying force, or force can also change the speed of the moving body. It can it can make the body move faster or make the body move slower. It can also, force can also change the direction of a moving body by rotating the handles or by turning the steerings. The force can also change the shape and size of the body. By applying the force, we can change the shape of body. We can also change the shape, size of the body. In previous class, we have learnt about that what is force and what are the various effects of force. Force is nothing but it is a push or pull on an object in a particular direction. Now today we will study that what are the units of force and what is the magnitude of force. Firstly, what is the unit of force? The force is measured in the unit Newton, and the symbol for Newton is capital N. For example, how we will write the force? For example, 5 Newton, 10 Newton, 20 Newton, like this. The units of force is Newton. So let's discuss about the magnitude of force. Magnitude means the strength of the force we are applying on a body, that up to which strength, what value of force we are applying on a body, that is nothing, that is magnitude. So what magnitude is? It is the strength of force applied on an object. It is called its magnitude. For example, I have written here 5 Newton. So what is the magnitude of it? Magnitude of force is 5. I have written 10 Newton. So what the magnitude of force is means 10. 10 is the magnitude of force. Means the strength of force we are applying on an object is known as magnitude. Okay, so let's discuss some more points about the force, that how we are applying the force and what are its resultant. Very first point is, when two or more forces act on an object in a same direction, then what will be the total force? Let's see what will be the total force. You have a big box. Okay, this big box you are having, this is very, very heavy. Okay, so firstly you start pushing it. You start pushing it like this. Okay, so you are pushing in this direction. Then your sibling come or your friend come, and he also helped you by applying force in this direction. In which direction you are applying force? In the same direction your friend starts applying force. It means the force is it will help you. Definitely it will help you. You are applying in the same direction. Your friend is also applying the force in the same direction. So what will be the resultant of it? If you are applying a force F1 and your friend is applying force F2. F1 Newton and F2 Newton. Then your both forces will add up. So what will be the total force? Your force plus your friend's force. आपकी फोर्स और आपके फ्रेंड की फोर्स, अगर आप दोनों एक ही डायरेक्शन में उसको पुश कर रहे हो तो आप दोनों की फोर्सेस क्या हो जाएंगी? एड अप हो जाएंगी. ओके, सो इन दिस फर्स्ट पॉइंट we say when the two or more forces act on an object in the same direction, keep these points in a very important, that if force acts on an object in same direction, एक ही डायरेक्शन में हम फोर्स को अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, then what will be the total force? What the total force on an object is the sum of the forces. It means I am applying in this direction, my friend is applying in the same direction. So our both forces are being added up. 1, 2, 3, many forces if applied in the same direction, the total or the resultant force will be the sum of the all forces. Next, discuss the second case. Now, if the two forces, they are being act on an opposite direction. Okay. So, what I am here, if second case is if the forces act on objects in a opposite direction. The same example I am taking, a big box I am having. Okay. So, I am applying force in this direction. Okay. So, box I am having, I try to apply force in this direction. My friend came, he start applying the force but opposite to me like this. Okay, like this. I am applying force, मैं उसको क्या कर रही हूँ, अपने से दूर कर रही हूँ. मेरा फ्रेंड सामने से आया, उसने उसको क्या करा, मेरे से ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में फोर्स लगानी शुरू कर दी. अगर मैं F1 न्यूटन फोर्स लगा रही हूँ, ओके, और वो क्या लगा रहा है, F2 न्यूटन फोर्स लगा रहा है, हम दोनों एक दूसरे से ऑपोजिट फोर्स लगा रहे हैं, तो हमारे पास टोटल फोर्स क्या होगी, द रिजल्टेंट फोर्स विल बी द डिफरेंस ऑफ दीज टू फोर्सेस. ओके, मेरी फोर्स और उसके सामने वाले की फोर्स का क्या होगा, डिफरेंस होगा. ओके, सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्टली दीज टू पॉइंट्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ एग्जाम्पल. ओके, सो इन अ फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल I'll say that I am applying the force on this box. I am applying this force on this box 10 Newton. My friend came, he is stronger than me. If he is stronger than me, he will apply more force than me. Means he is applying 20 Newton force in a same direction. So what was the resultant? The resultant was the sum of these two forces, means 10 Newton plus 20 Newton. So sum will be 30 Newton. So the total force we are applying on this body is 30 Newton. Okay. So now see the second case. If my friend start applying the force in an opposite direction. I am applying force in this direction. My friend came and he applied force in this direction. He is applying 20 Newton like this. So what will be the resultant force on this body? The resultant force on this body is the difference, means 20 minus 10 means 10 Newton will be the force on this body. Okay. So here these two points are clear for the magnitude. Now what is that? What is about the direction? So now let's understand the direction. If the two forces acting on the body in a same direction and if the forces acting on a opposite direction. Okay. So this is the third case. If the direction or magnitude of the applied force changes, the effect on the force applied also on the object also changes. If the direction is changed, the effect is also changed. Firstly, we talk about the direction that when two more forces acting on a object. Same example, body have taken, I am applying force in this direction, 10 Newton. My friend also came, he is also 20 Newton force in the same direction. Okay. So tell me, I am applying force to an object in this way. My friend is also applying force on this box like this only. Then what will be the direction of this force? It will obviously be, if we are pushing it, then it is moving away from each other. When we two people start pushing, then what will be the net direction of it? It is also in the direction of force. If I am applying force in this direction, so in the first case, the direction of it is also in this direction. Okay. So now let's understand the direction of second case when the two forces act on the body in opposite direction. See, I told you that I am applying force in this direction, 10 Newton. My friend is stronger than me. Okay. So it is 20 Newton. Okay. So in a tug of war, you can also think of tug of war. You are just pulling the rope toward yourself. The another team also pulling the rope toward their self. Okay. So where will the rope goes? That only where the force is more, where the total force is more, that team wins. Okay. Similarly, here you can see that I am applying force in this direction. My friend is stronger than me. He applies force in this direction. My force is less than his force, so that is why the direction of the body is towards the direction of the applied force, whereas more force is being applied. My friend is applying more force. His direction of application of force is this way, so this body will move in this direction. Okay, so it will come towards me. So I hope these 2 points are clear. Third point is, if the direction or magnitude of the applied force changes, if we change the direction or if we change the magnitude of force, the effect of force applied on the object also changing. Means on the object the effect is also changed.